Hi, my name's Brittany. Today, in this video, we're going to learn about Leave No Trace principle number 6, which is respecting wildlife. All you need for this lesson is just your brain and for it to be open to new information, and then your thumb. So very easy there as far as materials. What we're going to do today as a goal is the goal is for you to learn and understand the importance of respecting wildlife and be able to put into practice some steps that you can take to make sure you do so on your next adventure. As I said, Leave No Trace principle number 6 is respecting wildlife. And at the end of this lesson, you should be able to know a minimum of 3 ways that you can respect wildlife while out on your next adventure, and be able to explain at least one reason to somebody as to why it is important to make sure that you are respecting wildlife. We also get to put a little exercise into play today that you can use with you anywhere to make sure that you're respecting wildlife. And that is where our thumb will come into play. So we'll learn about that in a couple of minutes. The first way that you can make sure that you respect wildlife when you're in nature is to make sure you keep your noise down. Sometimes that you find, especially with larger groups, there will be a lot of loud talking and yelling and maybe even speakers playing loud music. This can actually scare the wildlife and make them not able to feel comfortable to come out into their natural environment. And it might also be at a time where they feed. So you want to stay as quiet as you can, which will allow you to experience nature in a more special way to be able to see that wildlife. Now, with that being said, there is one time where that rule would change, and that's if you are in bear country. If so, you do want to make a little noise, that way bears know that you're around. The second way that you can make sure that you respect wildlife is to make sure you dispose properly of any waste and food. Whether it's food wrappers or crumbs, animals might like to munch on it, and this can change their behavior and also create health issues. Again, we want to be able to keep them in their most natural environment as possible, so that comes from just making sure we take out anything that we bring in. The next step, which is going to then move us forward to our first activity, is to make sure that we're not too close and we're maintaining a proper distance from the wildlife. Again, if we're too close, this can create a stressful state and put the animal into fight or flight mode. Then, over a long time, that can change their overall behaviors and patterns, as well as even in the initial moment, it might cause them to react and put themselves into danger. So, what we're going to do now is you're going to watch the video from the Leave No Trace website to show you how to use your thumb to make sure you're maintaining proper distance. Awesome! Now that we learned how to use our thumb to make sure that we're maintaining proper distance, the next step should be really easy to follow. If we're a proper distance away, then there should be no way that we can touch the wildlife. If we end up being close to an animal, we should still make sure that we never touch it. Again, this can put it into a stressful state, and especially we want to make sure we never touch or move young and babies. This can make it hard for the mother to find the nest and the babies in the future, or it might also cause the mothers to reject the babies, both of which can decrease their chance of survival. So make sure you keep your hands to yourself, and we only use our thumb. So if we're maintaining proper distance, if you want to get a little closer to see better, the best option is for you to bring a pair of binoculars with you. Another option is to bring a camera, which will then allow you to see things better even once you get home and to bring those memories back with you. All right, so before we go I would like for you guys to actually find something in your home. It could be your cat or a dog or just any kind of object that you want, and try out the thumb rule. So remember, you're just stepping away until your thumbnail covers that object, and then you know that's the proper distance you'd want to be away if it were in a wild animal. So go ahead and give it a shot. So remember that being quiet and staying away will allow animals to be in their natural state. And make sure we take away all waste and food to prevent behavior changes and health issues within the animals. And never touch the wildlife. This all allows for wildlife to stay comfortable in their own environment and prevents them from developing unnatural behaviors and habits. And just remember, if you see wildlife, just give it a thumbs up. Thanks.